These days I am trying to work on this regex project where I have to sort of accept from a certain string a kind of pattern that is a tensor pattern. So the thing about tensors is that it is a vector, but that vector can have many vectors inside it. And so one dimensional tensor is a vector itself, but the higher dimension versions of tensor, they contain vectors inside vectors, and it it can be any pattern like this. So I work in this, I'm working, not I don't have a official work, but this is Astropy's contribution stuff that I'm doing. So before that I did this for a single vector where the goal was to, from a certain string, just accept a simple vector pattern. But now I am going a bit higher and trying to make this vector pattern where there are many vectors inside a vector. And a pattern, similar pattern can be that there is a vector and inside it is a single vector, but inside it are many vectors until we reach at a level of depth where we finally have numbers. And it can be that that outermost vector has a lot of vectors with numbers in them. So these are two generalized patterns that I have to write regex code for, and this can be sometimes very hard to write about such things. So yesterday I devised a way to do this, and that was by, instead of making a pattern to accept a full vector, we can instead just accept those square brackets from the side and make a pattern that only accepts the numbers inside the vector. And then we can make another separate SEP named regex pattern which only accepts separators. So I think this approach can work, but I haven't tried this up until now. So, but I think it's a good approach and it can work. And it can be sometimes very hard to write regex code for these complex patterns. There can be different ways of like knowing which pattern to accept, but there are only few optimal solutions for a certain problem, and you have to make certain compromises and also align yourself with the philosophy of library. So you cannot just write anything that just works. You have to write an optimal solution which maintainer also accepts and which works in the real world. So I never thought that I will be trying to contribute in such a big library. Initially, I thought that it's just some random third party library and it would be easy to do so, but it turned out that it wasn't that easy. But still, I made contributions there. So, yes,